Welcome to Season 4 of the Insiders Career Club podcast. Here you'll get advice from industry experts and me, your career insider, sharing how we succeeded in our careers. FeedSpot ranked the Insiders Career Club podcast in the top 25 as one of the best job search podcasts from thousands by listeners like you, social media, and professionals. You know, we're more than job search. We're all about careers too. Hey, it's me, Cindy Thomas, your career insider. And the Insider family knows me as an HR career professional in talent acquisition with a career spanning over 25 years. Are you looking for work? Don't just look for your dream job, because dream jobs come and go. I want to be your career coach. Work with me and let's find your dream career. I can help you with resumes, career planning, with your interview skills, and making a career transition. So schedule a coaching session with me on my website at www.insiderscareerclub.com. Now, coming up next is a great podcast. Stay tuned. Hey, Insiders, it's Cindy Thomas, your career insider. In our last podcast, we had a mind-blowing discussion about the upcoming changes in technology and the disruptive impact it's going to have across all industries. Today, we're going to focus on skills that you need to get ready for the new future of work. So why is this important? Well, because in the next 5 years, many jobs will be transitioned into tasks that AI can do faster and more efficiently than humans. Some of the biggest losses are predicted to be in administrative, traditional security roles, factory positions, and commerce roles. The organizations surveyed by the 2023 Future of Work report also predict that by 2027, they expect there will be 26 million fewer jobs in these particular positions. Now, I want to make sure that I say that the main functions of these jobs won't go away and will still be needed. But the big difference is the tasks will be automated by AI. So is this going to impact you? Are you one of that 26 million workers in one of these positions? If you are, right now is the best time to start looking into where you can make a good career transition and ready yourself for the future. Now, as you listen to this podcast, I want you to keep in mind that the Future of Work report data that I'm sharing with you comes from global organizations, and it reflects predicted growth or declines on a worldwide basis. This information was compiled by the World Economic Forum. They did a survey and they compiled data from 803 companies, 11.3 million workers, 27 industry clusters, and 45 economies from all world regions. Now, this survey reports that the new fast-growing positions are going to be driven by that disruption in the technology, digitalization, and sustainability sectors. The Future of Work report also says that expansion in the digitalization sector is the biggest growth forecasted for approximately an additional 4 million roles. Now, these roles will be digitally enabled and include these job titles: e-commerce specialists, digital transformation specialists, digital marketing, and strategy specialists. Next, there are changes in the skills that employers need in their workers to meet those demands for business in the future. To get hired in the future, workers will need to have both core and cognitive skills and a few socio-emotional skills. Now, survey employers predict approximately 44% of workers' skills will be disrupted in the next 5 years. That's a lot, just under 50%. Employers predict 6 in 10 workers will require additional training before 2027 to develop these skills. And remember, this research is based on a 5-year time frame. There will be large-scale job growth predicted for education, agriculture, digital commerce, and trade. For the education industry alone, there will be 3 million additional jobs. And they are predicted for vocational educational teachers, university professors, and higher education teachers. Now, that's an increase of about 10% over where we are now. The pace of change is happening quickly. My recommendation is you begin to prepare for it. Now is the time to make that mental shift that you need to do to get yourself geared up for the future. And if you're looking for your employer to do the training for you, they may not have put an upskilling program in place yet. But don't let that hold you back. Get started, even if you have to do it on your own. You can start easily by learning more about AI. Try using it to see where it can help you with your job for routine tasks like research, writing reports, for outlines, accounting tasks, and more. Remember, AI right now, because we're still getting used to it, still has some quirks, and it's not completely trustworthy in all cases. It pulls information from the internet, and we all know the internet has so much stuff on it, and some of it not true. You'll have to vet the data that it retrieves for you, because right now it can do what it calls hallucinate, which means it can make up things that are not true. Start now, develop your skills, and get a leg up on your coworkers. Now, there's another recent report that I took a look at and used for this when I was putting these facts together. It's from IBM, and it's called the 5 Trends Report for 2024. Now, they anticipate that in 2024, we'll see a rapid increase in using AI as a coworker, which means AI will become just another tool in the toolbox that workers can use to get their work done. AI is capable of operating around the clock to tackle rote and repetitive tasks. AI bots free humans to do higher value strategic work. And as human beings, we have traits that are unique to us, like creativity. Speaking of which, creativity is a skill business leaders see as most valuable by 2025. Right now, 87% of CEOs expect that job roles will be augmented rather than replaced by generative AI. That's good news for workers. So let's talk about skills. Cognitive skills have been reported to be quickly growing in rank by employers, which reflects the increasing importance for workers to be able to solve complex problems in the workplace. Now, this past year, 2023, the most important skills for workers were analytical thinking and creative thinking, and they will continue to be important. Analytical thinking is considered a core skill by more companies than any other skill. The highest priority for skills training in these next 5 years is for analytical thinking. With the focus of business shifting to data, technology, and information gathering, the ability to analyze and interpret the information you retrieve is a needed skill. Now, being able to draw correlations from the data to the business is another significant skill for your career toolbox. AI and machine learning specialist positions are at the top of the list of fast-growing jobs and are followed next by sustainability specialists, business intelligence analysts, and information security analysts. Other fast-growing jobs are for renewable energy engineers, solar energy installation, and system engineers, the demand for which these jobs will grow as global economies shift toward renewable energy and sustainable energy. Now, most of these jobs will require re-education, but it will be worth it to be in a career that will be in high demand for the future. Now, creative thinking comes in second on the skills list for workforce development. Creative thinking, it's the ability to look at things, situations, and viewpoints in diverse ways and find solutions, to create and develop something new or improve upon something that already exists. Now, when we think of creativity, we tend to think of it as being something we either have or don't have. And usually we think of it being under the category of talents that we were born with. But did you know there are ways to improve and increase this skill? You can improve on this skill and others by taking classes online, going to local colleges or universities. Now, thinking creativity also comes in ahead of the following three self-efficacy skills groups. They are resilience, flexibility, and agility. That's group one. Motivation and self-awareness in group two. Curiosity and lifelong learning in group three. All of these relate to the fresh focus and the importance of a worker's ability to adapt to disrupted workplaces. So, what is this telling us? In the future, workers who can handle dealing with continuous change and make the necessary adjustments to move on and be productive will be valuable. The third fastest growing core skill on the list is technology literacy. So what is technology literacy? It is the ability to use, comprehend, manage, and analyze technology safely, effectively, and responsibly. This literacy includes using tech to evaluate, create, and integrate information. It is not being afraid of, but understanding technology. You get the impact of technology on our world. You're able to analyze and interpret data or data literacy and staying fluent with new and improved technical devices. Now, this next bit of information shows the importance of AI down the road. The ability for workers to efficiently use AI tools is now considered to be a more valuable skill, and it ranks over computer programming by people. It ranks higher than network and cybersecurity skills. It ranks over general tech literacy skills like Microsoft Office and internet savviness. And it ranks over design and user experience. Technology literacy sounds pretty important to me. What do you think? Within the 5-year time frame, AI and big data will comprise more than 40% of the technology training programs in companies that were surveyed that are operating in the US, in China, in Brazil, and Indonesia. It's the third most likely technology for companies to adopt is big data analytics. And 80% of companies plan to integrate it more deeply into their operations, while 75% of companies are also planning to integrate other AI techniques like machine learning and neural networks. Also increasing in importance by surveyed companies are self-efficacy skills. The definition of self-efficacy is the belief in one's own ability to succeed in specific situations or achieve specific goals. Self-efficacy is important because it influences our motivation, our behavior, and emotions. And people with high self-efficacy are more likely to set challenging goals. They persist in the face of setbacks and they bounce back from failures. They're also more likely to experience positive emotions like hope and confidence. In sixth place in importance to employers is dependability and attention to detail. Professional people, actually anyone, must be able to collaborate with coworkers they can depend upon to work with accuracy and excellence. There are two attitudes that relate to working with others. When said, it's going to sound like four, but they're grouped together. They are empathy and active listening. That's one group. Leadership and social influence. Verywellmind.org defines active listening as not just going beyond hearing the spoken words of another, but it's making the effort to understand what they are saying and actively engaging with them by being present in the conversation, which means you are there. You're not thinking about what you're doing next or what you're saying next. You ask questions. You show interest by maintaining good eye contact, and you withhold judgment and advice. Those are four of the elements of active listening. As for empathy in the workplace is vital to develop good relationships at work. Leadership is social influence. You don't need a title to be a leader. You can lead others by your example. Leadership includes skills mentioned earlier, like communication, self-awareness, but also includes qualities such as integrity, which speaks to your moral fiber, trust, transparency, honesty, emotional intelligence, accountability, purpose, and delegation are skills in a good leader's toolkit. And most of those, it's not just a leader's qualities. That's for everyone. Wikipedia defines social influence like this. Social influence comprises the way in which an individual adjusts their behavior to meet the demands of a social environment. Now, it can take different forms, and you can observe it in conformity, socialization, peer pressure, obedience, leadership, sales, and marketing. The last core skill is quality control. It's also important, and it's a process by which entities review the quality of all factors involved in production. Now, this is a general definition. For workers, it may also refer to ensuring the team's quality of work or your own work quality. Consistency and accuracy are essential elements of maintaining excellent quality control. Now let's talk about some of those socio-emotional attitudes that I think I mentioned earlier. They are quickly growing in importance by businesses. Among these socio-emotional attitudes are curiosity and lifelong learning, resilience, flexibility, agility, motivation, and self-awareness. There are a few other growing skills rated by businesses, and these are systems thinking, data and big data, AI and big data, talent management, and service orientation and customer service. Now note that it's a service attitude, not a customer service job. A service attitude will be folded into other needed skills, but not be a job in itself. What we are seeing here is a not so subtle shift in the needs of employers to include a combination of core and cognitive skills, socio-emotional attitudes with some self-efficacy skills thrown in. The skills needed will vary depending on industry, employer, and job title. Now, to me, it seems that the biggest shift is that employers are changing how they evaluate employees by looking at each worker as a more complete entity than they did in the past. The workplace horizon is rapidly changing. The days of companies hiring on a skills, experience, and cultural fit basis are quickly slipping by. With the dawn of the age of AI, businesses will continue to keep changing and warp speed, and coming changes may happen more quickly than we expect. To quote IBM's Augmented Workforce Report, AI won't replace people, but people who use AI will replace people who don't. To be marketable right now and to remain so in the future, do these 5 things. Keep updated on core and cognitive skills, on socio-emotional skills too. Stay cutting edge in your thinking and in your knowledge of new tech. Be flexible and adaptable, and continue to grow yourself on a personal level to be a viable part of the workforce. Now, if all this makes you feel out of your depth, remember you don't have to go it alone. Get some career help. Talk to your mentor. Sign up to work with a career coach and find the right path for you in your career. Thanks for listening today. Your support's a blessing. And if you enjoyed the podcast, give us a positive rating on Apple. Now, my podcasts are released every 2 weeks on the first and third Wednesdays. I need your support. Keep listening and share these career-changing, elevating podcasts with your friends, coworkers, and family. In addition to the major sites, you can find them on my website at www.insiderscareerclub.com. Do you need career help? I can help you get yourself on the right career track. Sign up for a career coaching call with me today. Now, before you go, let's speak victory over you. You've got a bright future. Good breaks are looking for you. The right people and divine connections are headed your way. And new doors are about to open for you. Believe it and stay open to it. Until next time, take care.